welcome to viewers. This is ERi-TV English News for this hour with me, Bersabat Takhlam. Following are the top stories for today. Training on soil and water capacity and natural resources management. School material support to children of martyrs in the Nafta subzone. Ukraine to get U.S. landmines for use against the Russian forces. And the U.S. returns looted antiquities worth $10 million to India. On your domestic report, farmers in the Fort Osawa subzone have received training on soil and water capacity as well as natural resources management. The training was conducted by experts from the regulatory service. The objective of the training was to equip farmers with comprehensive knowledge about soil types, their contents, and efficient water usage and farming practices to minimize wastage. During the event, it was revealed that preliminary studies on soil types had been conducted in the administrative areas of Tal'ai, Molover, Homib, and Forto. The experts also urged the farmers engaged in both rain-fed and irrigation farming to prioritize environmental safety and the conservation of natural resources. They emphasized the importance of using organic fertilizers while discouraging the use of chemical alternatives. Mr. Hagos Gabramariam, head of the Regional Regulatory Service, noted that the regular training programs are yielding commendable results. In other news, the Ministry of Education in the Nafta subzone, in collaboration with the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch, has provided school materials to 100 disadvantaged children. Ms. Eden Gabra-Hewitt, head of the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch, stated that the initiative aims to ensure that children continue their education uninterrupted despite challenges related to a lack of school supplies. Mr. Tesfai Eyob, head of Social Services, and Mr. Saleh Ibrahim, representative of the Education Office, explained that the beneficiary students were identified by their respective administrative areas within the subzone. Similarly, the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch in Shi'ib subzone has provided school material support to 50 children of martyrs in the subzone. On your last local report, the National Association of Eritrean War-Disabled Veterans has rehabilitated 40 of its members in the Diwarwa subzone by providing them with livestock and beehives. Mr. Mohammed Nur Idris, head of organization and information at the association, explained that the initiative aims to support war-disabled veterans in becoming self-reliant and productive members of the society. Veterans rehabilitated with livestock received 10,000 nafa each, while those engaged in beekeeping were provided with 1 beehive each, along with monetary support and training on beekeeping practices. The beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the support and affirmed their commitment to working diligently to improve their livelihoods. The viewers, do stay tuned for your international reports and more after the short break. Welcome back. U.S. President Joe Biden has approved providing anti-personnel landmines to Ukraine in what has been seen as another policy reversal on weapons provided to Kyiv by the outgoing United States administration, according to reports. The U.S. expects Ukraine to use the landmines in its own territory, though it has committed not to use them in areas populated with civilians, a U.S. official told the Reuters news agency on Wednesday. The Washington Post first reported the move by Biden, which reverses his earlier reluctance to provide landmines due to concerns over the risk they present to civilian populations, which anti-mine campaigners say is unacceptably high. Ukraine has received U.S.-made anti-tank mines throughout the war against Russian forces, but the addition of anti-personnel mines is aimed at stalling the expanding advances of Russian ground forces in recent months. A U.S. official told the Reuters news agency, speaking on condition of anonymity. On your final report, The Manhattan District Attorney's Office announced on Wednesday that the United States has returned more than 1,400 looted artifacts worth $10 million to India, as part of an ongoing initiative to repatriate stolen art from countries across South and Southeast Asia. The trafficked goods recovered included items that until recently were on view at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Among them is a sandstone sculpture of a celestial dancer that was smuggled from central India to London before being illegally sold to one of the Met's patrons and donated to the museum. The repatriation resulted from several ongoing investigations into looting networks, including those operated by convicted art traffickers Nancy Winner and Subhash Kapoor. In July, the U.S. and India signed an agreement to protect cultural property by preventing illegal trades and streamlining the process of returning stolen antiquities back to India. Dear viewers, you're still watching us on ERi-TV, and now recap of the major headlines. Training on soil and water capacity and natural resources management. School material support to children of martyrs in the Nafa Subzone. Ukraine to get U.S. landmines for use against the Russian forces. And the U.S. returns looted antiquities worth $10 million to India. Dear viewers, that was it for today. Thanks for watching.